Okay. We're all back in track. Thank you. Okay. So it's really important, especially if you want to get more listings and be a listing agent, to get more comfortable with what your competition is out there. Okay. Because there are a lot of discount brokerages, and, in a market as active and as crazy as this one is, a lot of a lot of sellers feel that they can list their home on their own and skip the realtor fee, that we're not needed in a market like this, right? That what we do is basically obsolete. So, one of the things I always like to share with sellers in that position is that the stats from the National Association of Realtors are that a realtor assisted sale gets 13% more than non-realtor assist. So if someone does it on their own, because the average seller is, emotional. They don't know how to negotiate. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what things, how to overcome objections and how to work through home inspection, all of those things, right? And that's something that we are skilled at. So, if you're going to get someone 13% more and you're charging them 5 or 6%, they're still benefiting from your services, right? And they're still making out more with more money in their pocket. So that's important to be able to share. So for years, we're going to get into Zillow first, right? So 14 years ago, Zillow started. It's only 14 years ago, believe it or not. It seems like they've been around forever. And when Zillow came out, what we did as an industry is we handed our listings to them on a silver platter, basically is what we did. We thought, wow, what a great opportunity to get our listings out on the internet to buyers and sellers. And, I remember being in the business when they came out, and I remember the first few years that they came out, when I did my listing presentation, that I believe at the time we were saying like 30% of buyers and sellers are finding their home online. That's why it's important to get your information out there. So just think about that, 30% of buyers and sellers at the time. And most of our marketing was done through newspaper. Still, that was our biggest avenue of getting attraction for our homes. People would sit down on Sunday morning and they'd go through the real estate section, and that's how they would find what open houses were happening that weekend, what homes were listed, what homes went on the market. So obviously we've come a long way. So at the time that Zillow came out, we handed our listings to them because we were going to get more exposure. Now at the time, Zillow wasn't charging agents any money to have their listings out there. They were just charging advertisers because it was becoming a popular site. So of course we thought, wow, what a great opportunity that we have to get, our listings out there. And then I think they started charging like $25 a month to become a premier agent, and so on and so forth. Actually, at the time, Realtor.com was charging a lot more, or what we felt was a lot more at the time. So Realtor.com back 14 years ago, if you were a premium agent on their site, you paid based on the amount of listings you had the year before. So that's how they calculated. And I think at one time I was paying $300 a month, which I thought was exuberant. Now just think about that in this day and age where agents are paying $1,000 minimally for Zillow to $4,000 a month to be able to get the leads that come into through Zillow. So when you're
sorry to interrupt, Missy.
Yep.
Even back then, that 300 a month, was it worth it for you?
It was for Realtor.com. It was worth it at that time because it was, people weren't as advanced on the internet as they are now.
Right.
That the leads that we got then were more, they were more reliable leads.
Okay.
Yep. You didn't get as many, but the ones you got
were solid.
Were easier to work with. Yes.
Yes.
Now you get hundreds of them, and you're lucky. Like I say all the time, 5% is a great conversion rate. So think about that: 5 out of every 100. If you can convert 5 out of every 100, that's a really great conversion rate. So because, people don't even know they're being trapped anymore. You know what I'm saying? They don't even realize it.
Right.
So, so that was back in that time. And, obviously Zillow has become now the #1 real estate website where all buyers and sellers go on to find, their next home or what their home is worth if they're a seller. And now they're charging these exorbitant rates and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay. We lost control. So unfortunately, we just have to work with them the best we can. But, part of your buyer consultation or listing presentation should be that Zillow is not my friend. Zillow is not my partner. Zillow is not part of my team. And let me explain why. They provide a lot of inaccurate information. And therefore, and it's a third party company, so I can't really do anything about that. I have no control over what they post and what they do. So a buyer or a seller especially might say, well, what does that mean? Well, when your listing goes on the market, there may be inaccurate information on there, or maybe pictures from a past, when it was listed in the past. I mean, I've seen this happen all the time. Unfortunately, you're going to have to give them a call. You're going to have to work with them, because they will not work with me on that case. And that's the truth. As a non-premier agent, they will not, there's no phone number for me to call. I don't have someone that I can talk to. Okay, so the public will have a better opportunity to get in touch with them and get something done before I would. Now, if I was a premier agent paying a lot of money, then I would have an account person that I work with that I would be able to reach out to. Okay, so you just really want them to know ahead of time that I understand it's the #1 non-brokerage real estate website. I understand that. I understand that's where most buyers and sellers go, but I'm going to really urge you to use the Weiger.com site. It's more accurate, and try to get them to there. Or actually, your website is really the key at this point now that you have your own website. So I'm going to share with you what's going on with Zillow because it's coming up in 2021. So for years, Zillow denied it had plans to become a brokerage, but the listings giant is doing just that in a move to say it will streamline its iBuying operation. So starting in January 2021, the company said salaried agents will work with sellers who want cash offers for their homes through Zillow Offers. Now, Zillow Offers actually started a few years ago. It never made it to this part of the United States, so it never came to New Jersey or New York or any of these surrounding areas. It started in Las Vegas and Colorado and those areas further west. And so what Zillow Offers is if you go, it would give a seller an option. If you want to list your home, you can go onto Zillow and it would give you 3 options. If you want to go with a real estate broker, this is what your home is. This is what you could expect to get for your home. If you want a quick sale, cash offer from an investor, this is what your home, this is what you can prepare to get for your home. And then the last one, I believe, was if Zillow was to buy your home from you. Okay, so there's 3 different options, and based on the 3 options, what you would be able to net by the time you're finished. I have to say that when I first saw it and I looked into it more, working with an agent was really the best way for you to, get the most money. It depended on your motivation, how quickly you wanted to go. But again, it never made it here. So it was one of those things we were very scared of coming, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to navigate through this? And it never made it to our area. So Zillow Offers has been in play for a few years now. So in those transactions, Zillow Homes will be the broker of record, the company said. To start, Zillow agents will work with homeowners in Atlanta, Phoenix, and Tucson, with plans to expand the service to other markets later next year. Previously, Zillow relied on local brokerage partners to represent it when it purchased homes. Zillow's iBuying is a burgeoning piece of its business, and by bringing that work in-house, Zillow said it hopes to make the transaction smoother for the homeowners. I don't know how. So now that's something, right? When we talk about all under one roof and everything in one house, that's what we've been doing for years and years and years and years, right? So they aren't coming up with anything new. Many customers found the handoffs and the back and forth between Zillow employees and the agents to be confusing. Earl Samuelson, Zillow's Chief Industry Development Officer, said in a video circulated Wednesday to brokerages, this new approach will streamline the transaction. Samuelson made a point to stress that Zillow is not looking to usurp the role of local agents who have long feared the Seattle-based giant would push them out of transactions. Let me address one thing right off the bat. We are not recruiting agents from other brokerages. Instead, Zillow will ask current employees who will work on Zillow offers to get licensed. So they're going to pay their employees a fee instead of a commission, okay? So I'm just going to step back a minute, and I'm going to show you an actual, let me make sure I have everything right on my screen to share. I'm going to share with you a message from the president himself. I just have to make sure I had to click off the right things. Okay, I'm going to move this. Where are you? Okay, there he is.
Hi, I'm Errol Samuelson, Chief Industry Development Officer at Zillow. We value your partnership, and it's important that we keep you updated as we learn, evolve, and innovate to deliver a great customer experience. I think we all recognize that real estate as we knew it 10 or even 5 years ago has changed dramatically. And as we continue to work together on reimagining home buying, selling, and renting, we want to do so while locking arms with like-minded partners such as you. As many of you know, we've held brokerage licenses in a number of states for years, and these licenses have allowed us to innovate on the programs we operate, including Zillow Offers and our Flex program for Zillow Premier agents. We've built all of these initiatives with one thing in mind: streamlining the real estate transaction to reduce friction both for our customers, who are our North Star, and for you, our partners, with the goal of raising the bar in residential real estate. Earlier today, we announced the next step in making it even easier for customers to find home. Beginning in 2021 in Phoenix, Atlanta, and Tucson, we're evolving our Zillow Offers services to guide our customers through the entire transaction from start to finish with Zillow employees. Over the past 2 years, our employees have been working with in-field agents. And while that worked fine at times, many customers found the handoffs and the back and forth between the Zillow employees and the agents to be confusing. This new approach will streamline the transaction. The Zillow employees will work for Zillow Homes, a brokerage entity focused on Zillow Offers transactions. That means that customers who buy or sell through Zillow Offers in those markets will work directly with licensed Zillow Homes employees throughout the entire real estate transaction, using new technology and systems to manage each step of the journey. Our current Zillow Offers broker partners will continue to assist with some in-market activities, and they'll also be standing ready to serve those customers who get an offer from Zillow Offers but ultimately decide the traditional process is a better fit for them. All Zillow-owned homes will be listed in MLSs with commissions paid to agents representing buyers. We'll also continue to expand our Premier Agent business and partnerships, including connecting other interested buyers and sellers to Zillow Premier Agents, which we think will be the preference of the majority of our customers. Now, our team here is ready to answer any question you may have, but let me address one thing right off the bat. We are not recruiting agents from other brokerages. Existing Zillow employees will be licensed to work with Zillow Offers customers under the Zillow Homes entity. Additionally, as part of streamlining our operations and services, we're simplifying the way we get our listing data, moving from thousands of disparate data feeds to MLS Internet Data Exchange, or IDX feeds, which, as you know, are reserved for licensed entities. These direct listing feeds will help Zillow's goal of offering our more than 200 million unique monthly visitors the most current and comprehensive listing information possible. And we also plan to join local and state associations and the National Association of Realtors. In the coming days, we'll be reaching out to our MLS partners to help make this transition seamless, working together to become active participants and receive listings through IDX feeds starting in January 2021. As part of that, we're also providing options for our builder partners to ensure new construction inventory sourced from the MLS also shows up on Zillow and Trulia. We'll work with you, our broker and MLS partners, to ensure your clients for sale properties are displayed on Zillow's leading real estate marketplace. Over the last 14 years, We've built Zillow through strong industry partnerships, and our commitment to partner with you hasn't changed. Now, as MLS participants, no longer a third party, we'll be shoulder to shoulder with you, accelerating the innovation that is already driving the future of our industry. Thank you for listening today. Together, we will continue to give everyone the power to unlock life's next chapter.
So, let me get back. Oops, I don't want to do that. Okay. So that's where we're at with Zillow. So they're starting in 2021, and they're going to be a brokerage now, okay? But they're not going to hire agents. They're just going to use their employees to help them provide a seamless transaction for their clients, or our clients, as we should say, okay? So my next slide goes right into Foxtons. Now, I don't know who of you remember Foxtons. There we go. Foxtons was out in the early 2000s. It was a discount brokerage company, and it also, and the reason I thought this was appropriate is because it also had employees working for them. So the agents that aligned themselves with Foxtons got paid a salary versus getting paid a commission. So it was a discount realty company. It was the first one I know of, or I remember anyway, in my time. And they would broker, they had different levels of service. So at 3%, meaning buyer and seller get 3%, right? Buyer's agent and seller's agent, that was one level of service. Okay, because basically them as a listing agent were just putting your home on the market, almost like a Realty Mart today, you know, something like that, where they're just actually putting on the market. You're in charge of the photos, you're in charge of letting people in and out of your house, you're in charge of doing open houses or anything that you want to do. Okay, and then they gave 2% out to the buyer's broker. And then there was a 4% level, and that gave you a little bit more support on the listing side. So they would get 2 and they would give out 2, and then 5% would be like a full service. But of course, anyone going with the Foxtons obviously wasn't looking at them because of what they provided, the value they provided. They were looking at it because of the discount they provided. So just like all discount brokerages, in 2007, after the height of the market, right? We had a great market, 2005, 2006. Remember those good old days where we're almost back to right now? Or actually we're exceeding right now. They couldn't make it in the market anymore. So all these little discount brokerages that you'll see pop up even now in this market, because we're in such a good market, will not be here for the long run. That I can assure, okay? They will not be here, because I've seen it happen over and over again. If anybody remembers, about 2 years ago, Purple Bricks came into the area. And again, it was a discount brokerage. They had one agent to cover 2 counties. And that agent, if they wanted to, can build their own team underneath them. But the problem was, again, because it was a flat fee that they were collecting from the seller. So regardless of what your price, what your home was worth, it was like a $1,500 fee to market it on the, you know, on MLS and on the on websites, and then whatever the seller decided to give out to the buyer's broker. Okay, so they paid a flat fee for that, and so part of that flat fee went to the listing agent. So the listing agent's main objective really was to make sure that they secured a buyer so that they would get a commission on that, right? Because the fee that they were getting was so minimal. So it really was all about quantity over quality, okay? Purple Bricks was here, and they came in from, you know, overseas in Europe, and they made it maybe a year and a half, and then they dissolved. Okay, so they couldn't make it. It was just a again, we're fortunate to be in an area where quality and value overrule discount, right? Most people, obviously, we're always going to have, a handful of people who want to discount or want to try things on their own, but most people see the value in having a real estate agent in our area, okay, and the value that we bring. So again, I thought it was appropriate for anyone who remembers Foxtons to show you what happened then and what I see happening over and over and over again. So, it's really important that you get comfortable with your dialogue, okay? There was one other one, and did I pass by it? Open door. Where's my open door? I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so, I didn't do anything with Open Door. That's why. I've not lost my mind. So Open Door is another new one that has just come up. I don't know if anyone's seen Open Door, if they've seen commercials or heard about it or any information. So I just wanted to share this with you again, because I feel like as a professional in your industry, you need to know about your competition. Any CEO or any president or anybody who owns their own business is always looking at their competition, right? It's a way that probably helps drive them to the next level, number one, but you always want to be on top of what's going on and make sure you're on top of your game at all times. So I thought this was really funny because, again, get an instant offer, compare your options, and sell safely with no showing, stress, or surprises. So it's basically a virtual way to show your home. So you're showing a buyer a home from the comfort of their couch. Okay, they're just seeing a video or a video walkthrough of that home. They don't have to leave. But with that all said and done, so explore your options. We'll buy your home directly or help you list it. So for those who don't want to be bothered painting their house or changing carpets or ripping the carpets up or redoing the hardwood floors, they'll buy the home from them based on the amount of work that needs to be done. So they can get an instant offer. So this is very similar to Zillow offers that has been out. You can get an instant offer, explore your options, or sell it safely, and they'll manage the entire transaction online. So 600,000 offers requested. Every 60 seconds, a homeowner requested offer from Open Door. Now, I think a lot of people would do this just to see what the offer was. It doesn't say a lot of people are working with Open Door. They just requested an offer from them. So this is the part I find funny. So now, what would you think they are offering as compensation, or what kind of commission do you think they're offering to these sellers based on the fact that nobody's coming out there, it's all done online, and everything's done virtually? 5%. That's what they're offering. 5%. Okay? Save on fees. Pay just 5% in fees. That's 1% less than the traditional 6% and thousands in savings. Now, we know most of our agents discount themselves to 5%, right? Instead of 6. So, but they give such great service, right? Such great service. They're personal. It's a personal transaction. They're working them every step of the way. So I thought that was really pretty funny that that's what they were offering, that they were not even giving a discount based on the fact that really nobody's going to be there to walk them through the entire process. So that's Open Door, just in case you hear that. Keep that, in the back of your mind. Let me get back here. And so I have a great dialogue for a discount realty company. It wasn't in a Microsoft Word. So I wasn't able to copy and paste it into my thing because I'm not that good. So let me move you guys around again. Okay. So this one obviously says Rex, but this is for any discount realty company that you come across. So seller says Discount Homes only charges 2% total to sell the house, and that includes the buyer's agent's commission. Can your company match that? Me, are you aware Rex or Discount doesn't actually pay a buyer's agent's commission? So one, buyers work it out with the other agent and take it off your sale price, or they include an addendum for you to pay for it. And two, Rex is not part of the MLS, so their marketing plan is to put it on Zillow and see what happens. So in the case of Rex, they're true. It doesn't go on. Now I believe they do go on MLS. In the time that last year when we had this, Rex did not. But again, they're not getting the maximum exposure. Seller says, that's fine. I don't know what this little thing is here that I can't get rid of. Okay. Seller says, that's fine. The market is so hot and inventory is so low. Every buyer is on Zillow anyway, and we'll get an offer within a week. What's your response? For what it's worth, she's not completely wrong. Average day on market where the house is around 7 days with an average sale price of whatever it is. You set the appointment anyway, so at least you have a chance to overcome this. Okay, so you never just give up. You always want to be able to have the opportunity to overcome it. So response. They're essentially running as a FSBO and therefore excluding a large portion of the market. Buyers are becoming increasingly savvy and now know that Zillow does not have the most accurate information. Therefore, the serious buyers are working with an agent who is representing them and their interests when purchasing a home. That's why I'm here, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, to make sure that you have the same and equal representation during the sale of your home. Yes, it may be easy to get an offer in today's market. It takes much more skill and diligence to actually make it to the closing table, though. Where will Rex be when there is an inspection issue? Are they qualified to negotiate in your best interest? Or will they fold like a cheap lawn chair just as they do with their own fee? Are they available on nights and weekends, or are they only open 9 to 5? They have absolutely no track record, no market share, and yet you want to entrust the sale of your most valuable asset with them? Bottom line, even after paying what I charge, you will net more than you will with them, as my proven plan will have you out of this home and into your next faster and with less hassle than Rex can. So that's a great dialogue and objection handler for any time that you may come across a seller that maybe even says to you, brand X is going to do it for me for 4%. Can you do that, right? We come across that a lot in our business, in our industry. So this is a great dialogue to become familiar with, for sure, because it's just one of those things we're always going to have to handle. So I think that's a great response and a great dialogue, and I think we should all get very comfortable with it. So I will add this into the slide and send you the slides, so this way it's more professional and it looks better. But, you know, again, a great response to overcome that objection when a seller is looking to get a discount on their realty fee. This was actually, if you're on Facebook and you're not part of Lab Coat Agents, Lab Coat Agents is a resource that was actually started by a local agent. I believe he's in the Montclair area, but it has become national. There's millions of agents on there. And the great thing about it is they ask questions of things that they deal with in their daily practice. So if they're out and, you know, or someone gives them this actually came from there. So if someone asks for how would you overcome this objection, or have you ever dealt with this, or what's going on here, or what have you ever seen that, or, you know, all these kinds of questions, you get millions of answers from other agents all over the world. So it's called Lab Coat Agents. There may be a few there on there now. So if you can't find it, let me know. If you're not sure if you're on the right one. But again, it's a good resource just for seeing what other agents are going through on a daily basis. And if you have questions that you would like, you know, to see what other people are, how they're dealing with it or how they're overcoming it, it's a great platform to do so on. So that's where this came from, actually. So let me get back here. Okay. So again, just to end, oh, I didn't want to do that. Be the expert in your field and know about your competition so you can show your value, right? You need to be able to handle any objection that comes your way. And the only way to do that is to become an expert in your field. The more comfortable you get, the more confident you get, the better it is. So anybody have any questions in regards to that?
Let's see, I had a question about the Zillow feeds. So right now, I know he was talking about IDX feeds and stuff, but how do they get the stuff now? Is it when you said basically we handed over stuff years ago to Zillow, is did you mean that the MLSs agreed to share all the data when it came in?
So yes, but actually it didn't come from the MLS as the original approval. It came from the National Association of Realtors. So
Okay.
National Association of Realtors partnered with Zillow or said, yes, that's great. Let's put our listings up there, and then worked with the local MLSs to get the feeds out there. So IDX basically, if everyone knows or doesn't know, is the cooperation that brokerages have to share one another's listings. Okay. So that's what IDX is. So basically we're cooperating to share it with other agents, in our industry. And that's what IDX is. So they already have an IDX. So, they are fed from the local MLSs in most cases. I know in New Jersey, that's the way it works. I don't know in other states how things work. But I always, like to remind you that with Weichert, we don't syndicate from our local MLS. We syndicate from Weichert.com. So what that means is we take an extra step. So we don't just, we partner with more and syndicate with more real estate internet websites than the MLS does. And by allowing the MLS to choose who we're going to syndicate to, we're giving up control again, right? So in Weichert, what we do is we syndicate from GSMLS to Weichert.com, and then Weichert.com syndicates to all its partners. So that's why we can say we syndicate with over 100 websites, because of that extra step that we take as a brokerage. Okay, that's a good thing to know. Again, if you're in front of a seller, that we do things differently in that aspect. So I always say, don't get caught up in, the discount brokerages or what other people are offering, or what's going on in the industry as far as things that you can't control. If there's a discount brokerage around and all of a sudden you see the signs popping up everywhere and you're like, what am I going to do? How do I overcome this? Just get better at your dialogue. Just get better at your objection handling. You have all the tools. You offer more than any other brokerage around. So that's not the problem. You just have to have the confidence and knowledge in order to overcome it. That's all it comes down to. So don't waste any time worrying about anybody else that comes in. Just worry about how you're going to take over and get yourself in front of more people so they understand the value that you can provide. So, so we're finishing a little early tonight, unless you guys have any questions, or even have anything that you want to bring up besides what we're talking about that you have any questions about. Always like to do, hear about what's going on in your lives in the market. Are you a bunch of turkey heads?
Come on, Jerome.
Are you a bunch of turkey heads? Jerome's like, I'm trying to keep myself awake here.
You working tonight?
Do you have to work tonight, Jerome? Wait, let me see if I'll. Oh, there
No, I'm not working tonight.
Oh, okay. He's still helter skelter, though, right? Can't get yourself on the right schedule. How's Lori feeling, Fred?
She's drinking, she's taking medicine and eating soup, so she's getting better.
Good, good, good.
I think she gave me a little scratchy throat though. Just a little bit, but no fever, so she'll be all right.
Good. I went to the doctor this morning just because I have to get routine blood work because of my thyroid. And he was very optimistic that Pfizer has come up with a vaccine And originally it was 90% effective, and now they're already saying it's 95% effective. So he feels that once this comes out, we're going to be in good shape. He was very optimistic.
Cool.
Yep. And I did get the flu shot for the first time in, like, I don't even remember how last time I got a flu shot, because he highly recommended this year, even people who don't choose to get it, to take advantage of it. So that there was very little side effects. So I'll let you know. And I got the COVID, why can't I think of the name now? I knew it all day. Antibody test.
Okay.
To see if I had it before, or I don't know. We'll see. But that's my exciting medical news, everyone. Just in case you were wondering. Now you can all sleep well tonight.
Did she tell you she got a rapid test yesterday?
No, she did not.
Yeah, it was negative.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's not easy to get these days, a rapid test. Those lines are crazy. So, all right, guys. Next week is the Thanksgiving Eve. So I believe I'll see you the next week if you don't mind, because I am hosting Thanksgiving, even though it's a small crowd this year.
Yep.
They still have to.
We'll give you a pass on that one.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
I have a question.
Okay.
Now you got a question.
Yeah, right, exactly. We're all ready to go, Jerome. Sorry.
Am I still working on Tuesday?
Yes, we're closed
Okay.
Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. If I don't talk to you, have a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully I'll talk to you before then. And let me know if there's anything you need in the meantime.
What about the office meeting? Is that canceled?
The office meeting is canceled next week. And what they did is we're doing a company-wide call session that morning from 9 to 11.
Okay.
So Wednesday morning, to keep everybody engaged, they're doing the Tuesday afternoon one from 4 to 6, and then they're doing a Wednesday morning one, 9 to 11 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so this way, they really want to keep everybody engaged, and then hopefully open houses the following weekend.
All righty. Have a good one.
Okay.
Listen, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be doing an open house on Sunday. If I don't want to go all the way down to Morris Plains to get balloons, can I go to like the spotter office?
You can go to any office you want, Chris.
Do I have to call them first, or?
I would call only because, we don't always have somebody there on a Sunday.
Okay.
So if an agent, so what they'll do is they'll either give you their code to get in.
Okay.
Yes. So you can always, that's one of the beauties of being with Weichert, especially because Jim Weichert owns all of his offices in New Jersey. You're welcome to go to any office.
All right, I just didn't know if I had to call you first and you had to contact them, or I just contact them direct.
Yeah, I would just give them a call and say, I'm an agent in the corporate headquarters sales office. I'm going to be in the area on Sunday. I'd like to come and get balloons. How can I access your office?
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
All right, have a good Thanksgiving. See you later.
Thanks. Okay. Bye-bye.